Wait a second. Okay, now it's recording.
Okay, good morning. So it's our second day of our Brigade workshop. Let's start by introducing ourselves because maybe yesterday the recording of that part wasn't done. So I'm Abdulhalim Dandoush. I'm associate professor at the engineering school ESME-Sudria. I'm working with ONOS since ONOS built last year in Paris. And I'm in fact co-leading the teaching brigade. I will present maybe Alexis because the voice, I think, or maybe you speak loudly.
Yeah, I can speak. Hi everyone, this is Alexis MUNYANDEKWE. I'm currently a consultant at Altran Technology and I'm an ONOS ambassador. Thank you.
Okay, so yesterday we had as well with us Roua Touihri. She's a PhD student. She's working with Devoteam under my supervision and another colleague, Najib Aid Said, from ICSE and CNRS in Paris. And Ons, maybe you can, because you are against light.
Hi, I'm Ons Faris, and I'm a master student in Paris Press Institute Galilée, and I'm working in an internship with Abdulhalim Dandoush in USMA.
Hi, my name is Lefteris Manassakis. I'm from Greece, and I'm working as a research engineer at the Foundation of Research and Technology in Greece, and also at the University of Crete. And I'm also an ONOS ambassador.
Hi everybody, Andrea Campanella from ON.Lab, member of the A team, participant in the teaching brigade, member of technical staff inside the lab, and core member of the development team of ONOS and core. So I'll let Abdulhalim do some summarization of what we did yesterday.
Okay. So yesterday, in fact, we started to record, but I think we had some technical problem. The most important part wasn't recorded, but later we recorded a part and we upload that to our brigade drive on Google. Yesterday, we divided ourselves in two groups. Alexis and me were working on the SDN module 1.4. And Andrea, Roua, ONS, and Lefteris were working on the ONOS part. So we started by improving the modular index. We discussed what to put, in which way we want to introduce the materials. We will, for instance, include the theoretical part and the practical part. For the SDN part, for instance, we finally decided to do three things: slides as introduction, a PDF file that will explain in details what the slides want to say, and a third part about hand-ons. So mainly we will introduce the SDN in general. For the theoretical part, why do we need SDN? What are the limitations of the traditional networks? And later we will introduce OpenV vSwitch and its utility. And we will talk mainly about OpenFlow and maybe NetConf and Yang. We will see. And we will do some hand-ons in incremental difficulty. We'll start by basic namespaces, interconnecting using the virtual links. And later we will move to OVS and its utility, do some hand-ons, exercises about that. And after that, we will use Mininet. We'll introduce rapidly Mininet because we have another module who will explain all that tools. And we will see how Mininet can generate automatically a topology customized in Python or from templates like trees or torus or other kind of topology. This is for the SDN part. And for the ONOS part, I will let the group to explain what they did yesterday and what they are planning to do today. And this part may be the important part for the people who want to join remotely like Elena and the others.
So yesterday we mainly did a survey of the existing elements inside the ONOS wiki, and we also, with the help of all the team here, we found out what is working, what is not working. We got some really good feedback on some of the tutorials and the guides on ONOS from scratch, for example, or the distributed tutorial guide, or the quick start of the development. We gathered that feedback, we captured what is missing, what needs to be done. Then we started looking at other guides that the ONOS wiki provides in order to kickstart your experience with ONOS. We also gathered the links in a document. We also surveyed the technical and stuff as presentations and things that we have currently existing, not only to start with ONOS, but also to learn about ONOS, so what is the architecture and all of that. Northbound and southbound, we found the pain points and where is elements that needs to be done better. We gathered all the links in the document, and we also sketched out what type of exercises you should do with ONOS to learn more about it. So basically the idea is to divide it into first single instance exercises, very basic, for example layer 2 forwarding, or application up and down, or interacting with ONOS through REST CLI and graphic user interface. Then maybe application development on single instance. Then once a single instance is mastered, we go to a cluster environment where we have developing, we have the notion of mastership. We introduce that, we show how the cluster up and down works and what the failure scenarios. Then we want to show some this application, that you bring the application in the distributed element, the one you developed for the single instance. Then you move to a distributed application tutorial, and then future ideas where to integrate, for example, more in depth about the SONA project and especially SDN IP, since we think that those are two important use cases for ONOS. Anything to add, guys?
I totally agree, Andrea. And what I want to stress out is that our first goal is to have tutorials and guides and whatever documents that exist in the wiki to be updated, so that somebody without a huge amount of knowledge could easily follow and make it work. That's the first step we should do. And towards that goal, I think that everyone who has followed whatever guide in the wiki and has found weaknesses or things that should be, corrected or should be added or stuff like that, should provide his or her feedback towards that goal in order for us to have a documentation that actually works and makes people's lives easier.
Yes.
That's the main point.
Yes, absolutely. And now we will record our session regarding ONOS. We have to do the survey of the state of the art on the REST CLI and graphic user interface documentation in order to learn about it and start using it. So that we have still to do, and then we have to start thinking about what are the exercises in specific. We have the broad idea I illustrated before. So this is the work we are going to do today, and then we will identify some action points and to-dos for everybody in the brigade who wants to pick them up. And we will share them via email later. Okay, so I'm gonna kill the webcam.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Share please your.
I'm gonna share my screen.
So mention that you will record the ONOS part now.
Yes. We already mentioned that we will record the SDN part. Showing screen. So is that gonna be recorded? Stop sharing your screen. I'm sharing my screen. Perfect. Okay. So now you should see. Now you should see the document we started out yesterday. This is the Brigade Teaching Brigade Modular Index. This is the part Abdulhalim was telling yesterday about. Oh no, this is our ONOS part, sorry. This was the part about general SDN introduction. And we were working on this one. We arrived until REST, overview REST and CLI. Okay, so let's start with that. So this is a wiki page. that they have regarding interacting with ONOS. They have CLI and GUI. There is no REST APIs. So it's under administrator guide.
But although it is mentioned, it doesn't have a link. Probably maybe there's a no page.
There is this. This is the REST APIs.
This morning. So it's complete. It's a very good example.
Yes. So this is the REST API that shows you, but it's not really an explanation. It's more of a like this is old, auto-generated. So the most important thing that we should point out is this: once you have an ONOS instance that is running, you can type rs docs, and you have this Swagger API. I'll show you. See if I have one running.
Yes.
No.
This slide repeats the same idea as the previous one. That's it.
So I'm going to show the UI. Did you join? Did you join? Did you join? Yes. Mute yourself.
I was just
Maybe it takes time.
No, mute your computer. Okay, perfect. Because otherwise there's feedback loop. Okay, perfect. So we have our ONOS instance running. If we do rs docs, you see it?
I'm close to your computer screen.
So basically this is the REST API. You can get the host. I think that we should stress this part for the REST API instead of the wiki page.
I agree.
Because this is, in my opinion, this is much better. So we, the only problem is that you have to have ONOS running for this one.
Yeah, but
fine.
The thing is that if you don't have ONOS running, then there is no point. So.
Yeah, you learn about the REST API, you show them, but there is not really much thing. One thing that I want to show is this. Basically, this is an example of what you should get, and this is the JSON model of the thing. So, for example, if now there are no hosts, but let's say let's do something that has something. No devices, no keys, because it's just thread a cluster. Okay. Get all cluster nodes. This should be what you're getting in this case because it's localhost. So and you get that. If you do the query, this is the response body.
This report is a REST API port. If I remember, the 9876.
No, that is the internal TCP port where the cluster is connected.
Yeah.
So you know that in ONOS you have multiple machines that share a TCP connection for the anti-entropy and all of that stuff and the state replication and all of that. So that is the port. You can change it at runtime, but default is 9876. Very simple.
Why change it? Since it works, why change it?
No, but let's say you have 3 machines. You have a firewall that blocks this port. You have something that doesn't like this port. You can put it there. So what we could do is just simply.
Okay, so I tried last night. Remember, I was telling you how I did the ONOS from scratch
yes.
thing and how it works. So I tried it again from I logged into my PC at work through VPN and I did it and it works. I just wanted to verify. The thing is that on the latest step with the STC setup, the STC setup starts and does the steps, blah blah blah. And then hangs on one step, which is there is waiting for the cluster to be.
Yes, that's what they were saying yesterday, because it waits for the cluster, but there is actually no cluster. But because it's single instance.
Yes, but if you create the cell with one instance on it shouldn't be waiting.
Yes, I know. So what you could do is you should report this bug in Jira. And
Mininet, yes.
send an email to the.
Also, of course, it works because then you enter the CLI and everything is fine.
Yeah. I know.
hangs
It just hangs. Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, so we say for REST API,
It's Linux.
we show the Swagger API docs
Plus
or
the
HTTP
default
that,
namespace.
and then it's also nice if you do. I'll show you something else.
This is the
So
Linux
this
machine.
is recorded.
Machine.
If you go in ONOS,
We have, when you have now Linux here, we say that you have the root network namespace.
and you activate an app
Now, by IPNet,
that that has REST APIs. So let's say DHCP. You go in the REST APIs of ONOS here.
by the
You need to reload.
IPNet, the IP is to create.
There is the REST API for your own application. So this is also, but I don't know how much this is documented in the wiki. This could be a little bit of a problem.
I don't think it is at all. I've never seen
Yeah, exactly. Let's see.
So if we make IPNet, please, you don't have any namespace. You want to create one. IPNet, a namespace we called 8.
It's a challenge.
No,
There is something somewhere. Creating the documentation. Yeah, it's under REST APIs. But it's not maybe complete.
It's here.
And it doesn't have the actual
Commands.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this.
I have a complete
Copy the link.
session on that.
So we copy the link.
We want namespace
here.
here, another namespace here. That namespace
And we
put
say
this namespace will
to
use
be
word
completed
server. And we want
with commands, I would say. Okay.
Yes. You have a VM.
Method instructions.
If you want to add
The virtual
anything,
machine needs to specify the hardware specific for that.
then
machine.
also
So
to tell us your struggles, what you find
or the memory.
That's very important.
Inside the physical machine.
Oh, this is completely another thing.
You take from resources from the physical, and later you install.
Because this is confused as SSH. This is not really.
This is the root system.
This is on practical stuff. Oh, well, it is in practical stuff.
The host.
So actually, this
and here you have guest.
Should be here.
A guest system.
Because it tells you what it is.
It's a complete system.
But also we should put it here because we need you to see.
Complete system.
So
you have kernel Linux.
So there you learn, here you see. Then the CLI. Is there a guide? The CLI?
There is a guide.
It's just the application part is summarized for with the network stack. So I have here, I take a copy of, fork.
Okay.
Should
we put this in the top when you start ONOS? Because it's part actually of the configuring ONOS.
I think you should, because it's very important to interact with ONOS.
So we should put it up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move it.
And here we have a child namespace. Okay. And we have the all TCP IP stack. With some networking
so we should put it
tools like iPair,
custom developer guide,
trace route.
Maybe in
all the network tools.
Administrator one. So maybe here
before the cluster, yes.
And here you have you can have one or more interfaces. Like this is
what do you say? Configuring CLI.
And this, in fact, is the root namespace. When this takes an IP address,
whatever,
is the root namespace later to declare its communication.
Okay.
This one. You can create OBS that will add bridge name.
Okay.
And
so this is the overview. No, we need to do the overview of the CLI. Let's see what.
This is very simple network using a full system virtualization.
Is this up to date? That's a good question.
Complete.
It's from 2017, the latest as I've seen.
By Luca Crete.
And on top of that,
a little short.
You have another. This is the physical one. Okay.
I mean, to me, it says everything.
another
You just do
VM.
ONOS,
It's complete
the IP.
hardware, Linux kernel.
This should be
That's the command you can do.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
that's
How about
yes, yes, yes.
sometimes when
And this
you
is the host one.
do the ONOS IP and it tells you
And,
you
and it
don't have
works like if you
access,
have two machines
the
from
connection
two
refused,
networks
well,
and you
you should,
connect them and you can pick
well,
from
that
one to
that
the
is
other and do
the
your network. And if
when
you want
you know
to
you know what I mean.
the,
When you
the
should go
virtual
by
box, for instance, have
minus P and
virtual box bridge,
the port.
and you connect
the port
those
on.
via bridge.
okay.
Maybe we should
Right?
add
Using
that because
tab,
it's
Okay, okay.
it's very common. Do you agree?
Ethernet switch or whatever.
Okay,
But this,
okay.
just network namespace,
So,
you have only
let's put it
the TCP
here.
stack, the computer stack with
Then,
some tools. You can
here,
have some tools like iPerf. You can tell it to install inside this namespace
and
your
we
server,
say
simple one.
add
We can have
case
iPerf, I
with
to TCP
minus P,
down,
I would say.
and so on.
Minus P
You have
when
virtual switches,
connection
and you
is
can
refused.
connect that via
Connection refused.
OBS together and connect
Okay.
together as
Sounds
if
good.
they are.
So this is CLI.
But you
Then
can't really
REST
put here,
API.
for instance,
We
Eclipse.
already put
Okay, you
Swagger,
can't put
REST
here
API done,
Vagrant or
UIs. Simon is
can't
really good at
put,
documentation. We
let's
should
say,
find something.
Yes, and there's also
you
great
can put
videos
here, let's say, Chrome.
We should put it
You
there.
can put
This is-
I've
LibreOffice.
seen a fantastic video
Because
Okay,
it's
so
not
this
a
is
complete
Simon.
system, just the network stack is some
it's
tools.
quite long. It's about 10 minutes.
And we have
describing
isolation to be
the
isolated from the
user
root
interface.
namespace.
Maybe I can find it.
And you give a
Put it
name.
in
to the
Yes. No, we
namespace.
can search for it. So if we go YouTube,
So you can either using
now you will
IPNet,
find my YouTube
IPNet
history.
create virtual link.
I'm subscribed to the
Okay, you say,
project
okay, I
channel.
have a link. What is a link?
Somewhere here now.
The link is a virtual things that have two interfaces at the edge. And you say, okay, this interface will be blocked to that namespace, and this one to that namespace, and you have the connection.
It's
And you
probably
can say
gonna be
this to the
in
namespace,
how
and this
to
one to the bridge.
screencasts.
And you create another link from that bridge to that host namespace, and you have a connection via bridge. And you try to do whatever you want by that.
Yeah, this is the one probably because
So here,
it's
all the command line.
it's for
It's prepared on my code.
1.4.
1.4, but it
I
didn't
want
change
to
much. So the
emulate
problem is that
This is nice. I do this
the look
students.
changed.
You
So
have
these
nice,
things changed, but not that much.
scenario.
And not
You have
actual,
two namespace.
Not the
house,
functionality.
you have one
Functionality, yes.
OVS.
So we can put
And
we
you
can
have
put
simple
This is
controller,
probably the best
like
I've seen
box,
about the web UI.
Okay, it could be on
Oh, you
video.
did?
You can put
that I
box and
found
later
out.
remove box, but I did not. Didn't that use this?
Okay, let's see if
Stop
there is
box
anything
and
else.
put ONOS on the same port, and we see how it works. So here, look. I forgot just the app. IP
Let's
NetNS
see if there
add
is anything else.
host one. You will create the namespace.
I know they had something, but
Also search web UI maybe.
Net add. So ID net.
oh, this is the one we posted.
Add
Yes.
any name. For instance, host one.
More QI server.
Yes. Yeah, namespace NetNS.
There is also a nice short video by Simon.
Wait.
Uh-huh.
That
Yes.
it was
We need to be
probably from the latest ONS conference.
Oh yes.
Do you remember
Create
where he's
namespace.
standing next to the
Yes,
screen?
let's see.
Now-
Material directory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Two. And now you can list by IP NetNS and B or list.
Where he also
We should put
have
this
host
link,
one,
by the way, somewhere.
for
Okay,
sure.
in
Let's
the root
for sure
namespace
this,
now,
for
I
sure.
have a root namespace and have host one, host two. Good. And you continue.
Yes.
You will take it's well done, but you
For
need
now,
to
we
explain.
put it
Now, try
here at
to
the end,
find
and
this
then we.
command. You will have that thing, so you explain that.
And
But
also
it's-
what he does in
this.
that video.
You can
he,
keep the slides for the
kills,
slide part. But
Yes.
you could use the PDF about that with
find
the,
the way.
maybe
Okay,
with
so
video.
maybe we can put it when we learn about ONS. We can see. We can take a look at what.
Yes,
what
yes,
I
I will
pushed
add
up.
them.
It's very short and clear.
I will share all my slides because we can take several
Service
parts.
model,
Okay, for the future, for the
mystifying. No, it's not
I did
here.
that.
ONS Web UI. Yes,
And
this guy.
I put the references when.
So this is the doc.
does it exist.
Must be the video next.
Yes, I prepared very large
go
course,
to
and
the
I put
right.
references
Yeah, I know.
when possible. So
And this is
one
the video.
in a PDF version
You
And
put,
what is
okay,
this link?
this documentation taken from
This is the one we put
the
already.
reference 5. Under the reference, you
Let's
put
see
the correct
what
one.
this is.
It's fine. So just upload it. Then
Yes,
I
I will.
Oh, it's 43 minutes.
No, this is not what I was talking about. Let me see if I can find it.
Huh. Well, this is something that we could.
Because they haven't seen that. Maybe it's more.
Oh, I know. No, this is very complicated.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this goes very in depth in the details of the UI. It has a live demo. It's very nice video, but it's long video. Well, we can save it there
Also,
if somebody wants to see it.
See more, yeah, exactly.
We have a nice video from David Mendes.
YouTube
You can
history is
type
not
at the
showing
end, you say, okay, now
No.
this thing, see that video.
Yes.
Let's see if I find it here somewhere else.
I learned from that video when I started.
No, because they were the. I know where that is. I don't know where that is.
I have found it in the video section of the ONOS project.
ONOS project.
So I'm gonna probably be able to find it right now. So it's when
They quoted the.
Okay. I can maybe try searching it too.
Upload.
YouTube France.
I don't know.
I think I have it also as a link on my folder. Guides.
Yes, it could be fine for the network part when we talk about.
So if it was ONS, let's say it was a year and something.
It wasn't ONS. It was a conference, but I don't.
Yeah, it was a conference, but it was ONS because we had booths at ONS where we showed that.
Yes, we have containers, and because a container Docker is just elaborated namespace. So before container, no. Before
so this is OPNFV.
Yes.
It's here. So this is global RNE. This is adaptive core.
Yeah, this is the one.
This guy.
Yeah,
this
exactly. That's the one.
Yes, it should be here.
Is this one?
Yes, and dynamic clustering.
Okay, perfect.
Do you remember that?
Yes. No. I remember the demo.
And it's also very clear. Simon is such a nice teacher.
Yeah, because so I'll tell you the idea here is that he would actually
namespace.
I know, but he couldn't make it because of other commitments. So I'm gonna put it. So where do we put it? For sure, we put it.
But this could very useful
here before the.
Yes, I saw sometimes. I didn't follow completely.
And then we put it also when we learn about clustering. Architecture overview.
When we take, for instance, we talk about orchestration, we can take it out. When we talk about, as we say, background and other things, you can take that part and improve it.
Maybe we find some other documents.
It's nice one. You can add to the reference, to the index modular part. You can add.
We can relook at this at the end.
The funny thing about the video that I'm telling you that I like is that I use it as a fishing bait for students.
For example, instead of
join. They work. Now we have a team that will work on that.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, because there is also maybe.
Like for instance, Ansible Puppet, this is great work.
Of course, you can understand.
If you can maybe open each one and save it up somewhere,
because they were working with POPs.
Sometimes you have offline.
And now they see this, yeah.
How it works.
You can give the link, it will observe all the links.
Yes. Okay, cool.
You can do it now.
So now
try open Google.
We did the
offline Explorer. No.
So this the web UI needs to go also where you learn about the web UI. Yeah.
We have, for instance,
these two videos. So what do we want to do? Practical stuff for the web UI. Yeah.
You have
what do we want to do? What do we want to do? What's the exercise? Just go there and.
Actually, the 80
minute
video that we put from the 1.4 version does most of the stuff that people should know. How to use the web UI. How do you use the layers? How do you navigate
It's
through the interface, what you can monitor with it, you know, what you can use in order to activate applications. The actual functionality of the web UI.
Okay, so this one you think is going to be okay.
Do you agree? Do you remember?
So just to try that
Zip
one.
and
Yeah,
Try that one.
It will be run immediately, I think,
mostly.
already installed.
Obviously, Simon and his team are doing more stuff since then. But maybe we can add another demo type of video that will exist in the future.
Okay, let's do. You try these elements, okay? And through the ONOS, so we should see. So what do we want to let them try with the REST API? I would say try to get the hosts, get the links, and post the flow.
Mostly the infrastructure stuff to get, and also maybe flows, intents, you know, stuff, basic stuff mostly.
So let's say.
Since we are in the beginner's level,
Yeah,
shouldn't, you know, do too much.
So let's say get devices,
It's installed.
links, flow rules, and I would say try to push an intent, host to host intent.
Yeah. Exactly.
Perfect. Okay, then the CLI. What do we want to do with the CLI?
It's not configured before.
One thing is to, for example, run the command for installing random intent, which is pretty interesting.
Okay.
It's a great project.
Not if you don't see it, you don't know that it exists.
Random intents. Okay. Should we also do purge intents and then install one single intent, host to host intent, install host to host. What we could do is actually mimic the same thing. So we said get devices, we do get devices in CLI. So people see the multiple ways.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So get devices, links, and flow rules. And then install random intents, purge intents, and install host to host intent. Perfect.
Actually, the tutorial that exists with the VirtualBox file, I mean
the OVA, the basic tutorial.
Yes.
Okay.
Does stuff that teaches you the basic things about CLI, if you remember.
Yes. Okay. So the basic tutorial
is a good idea for beginners also. We have put that.
Yeah, we have put that, but this is also practical, so maybe we can. Oh, here.
Happy to hear your voice. You should speak more.
Here.
Yes.
So this. You can try this. Okay.
I have a master student who works in this campaign.
So instead of
and Andrea now I gave him a lot of directions.
Okay. And after we finish with this document, in our free time, we should pass it again and check.
Yeah, but now we finish it and then we start again and we see, okay, this is good. We see if everything is at least correct.
It's quite complicated.
Yeah,
from the first.
Yeah, but now it's all over the place. We're putting stuff there and then we need to format it. Okay.
We can talk about that later if you want. As you are in France, it's easy.
Path.
Can discuss.
Fine.
If you have time, okay.
This is going to be
enough already. If you want to participate in the implementation, that sounds fun.
Okay, whatever.
We will create
and graphic user interface, we make them try the commands that are in the. Maybe we should make a page about that. Let's see if there is a page.
Andrea, if you want to join, we will make it later.
What?
If I remember, there is many pages.
But Brigade, if you want to complete the proposal, as I explained yesterday.
You explained it.
The problem is that this is to help you develop something for the UI. This is not to teach you about the UI.
Okay.
Maybe Simon has something. No. does this one have anything to test? No, there is no test here. Oh, what we could do? Let me see if this is enough. Maybe we can try this. This is an application I developed. It's fairly easy just to get the paths between two things. So you query ONOS and give me the paths, and it gives you disjoint paths and geographical weight paths and stuff like that. Maybe we could use this as the UI test. Or I don't know, or whatever. Or we can leave the things that Simon does, and that's it.
We can do that also. Yeah, as an added bonus, maybe. Since it exists in the wiki, why not?
Let's do this. I'm putting it here.
But I remember when I was looking at the web UI and looking how to make it work and what are the features, I didn't find the document. I found the videos more interesting and more explaining than the actual document.
Okay, fine. I mean, the video is perfect. The problem with the video is long, so you waste a lot of time.
Yeah, but when it comes to visual stuff, maybe it's the best way. Especially for
because otherwise you go with screenshots
and it again becomes long, So
okay, so
Google that to see if you have some direction.
So here where we
can do it in my computer in that case to gain time and better because it's not for today, but it's just to keep the.
And then there is the NetCFG. Network configuration. That's to REST API.
So you do it on Windows?
Let's see what they say there. I never looked at this page.
Okay, so I upload the file. So let's go back to the.
No, I saw it. Yes.
Oh, this is very good. Who wrote this? Yaka and modified by me.
You don't remember?
I don't even remember.
I don't need to install. Just to create
it's a link capture.
This is interesting.
It's very big project.
We haven't seen that.
ONOS NetCFG. Yeah,
it's pretty new.
It's fairly new. Yeah. Okay, this is perfect for learning, and I think we might. There's a little bit of work to be done to do it as a exercise because it doesn't tell you some stuff that you need to do for an exercise.
Yeah. It needs to be redone in order to be an exercise.
Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, we put it there for this. So when you learn is good. Here, when you learn, that's your genius with me perfect. Then exercise to be augmented for exercise.
One good idea for the network configuration is to use it, for example, with an application like ESME-Sudria, which we need it in order to make it work. And then you both, you get the best from both worlds. The actual configuration file will be using many other.
So what?
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing that I have, because I know how to, I did it, is this basically for the netcom subsystem. I use NetCFG to push the JSON.
Yes,
and this is the JSON, and I say you have to activate, then you need to give the information, and you do a post or through NetCFG. This is equivalent to this one because if you go to network configuration, the ONOS NetCFG basically abstracts you this whole big or SDNIP. Okay.
No.
The problem with SDNIP is that
it's very
to the basics.
It's very difficult. Yes, it's difficult.
Now you are.
I agree. maybe we should do that. But the thing
the main
about netconf is that
You need to activate an application.
and apart from that, you need to explain what is netconf.
Yeah, I know.
Which most people do not know. And,
So what we could do is push a link.
So there is even OpenStack.
Because we have network configuration to push links between devices.
And let me go to process.
I need to find the proper JSON. I don't remember where it is. But that is something we already talked about, devices and links. And we can maybe try to say, okay, now we add another link between these two devices. How do we do that? With the JSON. That's it.
that's a good idea.
Or push a link.
all links in URL.
The problem is that is going to be a fake link.
Because we want
Or because maybe we need to open the ports.
What I was thinking, sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
Your configuration, network configuration that you do for netconf. Maybe I could put some links about netconf in the beginning for someone to be acclimated.
I think there are. No. This is the netconf implementation in ONOS. There is no overview. This section provides an overview. But this is just.
There are some stuff that are pretty short and make the most important points about netconf. Why it exists, what why do we have it? Because we had SNMP. SNMP worked very nice with the monitoring, but it didn't work with configuration.
I think this is their part of netconf. If they do it, we don't have to do it.
I agree.
We can point it to there.
I agree.
But maybe not in the basic.
And it's important also, it's not in the basic.
Yes, I agree. But if they do it,
maybe it's not in this. It's too much.
Okay. Let's do maybe a link or a port. I don't know, whatever. Some basic stuff we already talked about. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This we already done. This we already did.
Since you work with SNMP and file and everything, you can tell us your opinion about what we discussed.
For me, when I tried the tutorial, I find it easy because I don't know what it
was doing.
Yeah.
So you didn't find it easy, you found it difficult?
No, I find it easy, but for me, I didn't understand
the purpose.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was easy to follow, but you didn't know what it was doing.
It's simple, but I want to know
why
and what
to be able to see the code or not.
You have to know, of course.
I want to know more details.
More details, yes, okay.
I will see if I can.
So that's always the problem with documentation. What level of detail you want?
Yes.
So do you want a high level view where somebody can pass through fast, or do you want them more detailed?
But that's some feedback that we said yesterday. We should do some high level one, and then one for diving in.
And giving the opportunity for everyone to make his own needs.
Yes. Okay. So I was looking at applications. So for the applications, I think we have the template application tutorial and managing application and application subsystems. There's plenty of stuff. So this is a tutorial to create an application, but I think that this is after we tell them how to activate and deactivate applications.
For sure.
So maybe that is managing those applications.
Yes.
When it comes to the applications part, there's a very nice video from ONS from you and Thomas.
One thing application. Yes, that we put in the template application tutorial. That it didn't change. It changed the version. No, it did change. Because there we build the whole ONOS.
So there is no
we do it as a service.
We do
it as a service, we form a cluster, and then we install the application. And the application can still be compiled in
page by page and make
use that video in order to navigate away when we were creating items.
Sure.
So I don't know if it is still because we did
It is still valid.
But
It is
anyway,
still valid.
so share the
So
I share.
here, when you learn about applications, we should put
from the material director.
application subsystem. Application subsystem facilitate. Yeah, this is application. This doesn't explain what an application is. Okay. So
Why
we
it's
need
fine
to say
you found difficulties to
usually when you share something with me, I should get an email telling me that you shared something.
but we shared
Yes.
the whole folder yesterday. The whole folder.
We should start with one. Yes, I agree.
The whole folder.
yeah, but the commands are the same.
It doesn't change the actual commands.
For the next
It's just
time,
maybe
I
intimidate someone.
you need to
see
put
the
start.
cluster
Start.
and thinking, I
Okay.
don't have a cluster. Now
We
it is
need
working.
to start somewhere.
Just analysis and
It runs the same.
Yeah.
We can put it as a disclaimer. Watch this video. 301 is the same.
Yes, here.
So that
Add
video
star, yes.
is
That's good. Next time
Material
we click
director.
start and we file it immediately. It's here. You see?
Let's see if we're talking about the same video because we use the one from the material director.
Next time you will find it
Yes,
easily.
that would
And
be
this is very important what I did with almost create that. Otherwise it would be a nightmare to create an application. So making your life easier it's very important.
Template application tutorial. Yeah, that is to me is something that is this video here. Me and Thomas.
Yes. This is one.
I will search in Google a little bit if you can speak.
It amazes me how many people watch this. Like, I hear people, oh yeah, I watched that, or I follow your guide. I'm like, what?
But yeah, what else can we use?
Yeah, no. So should we put it where you learn about applications or not? No, we should put it when you create an application.
actually
for me it's a good application to understand how does it work.
And then we put the template application tutorial here. You follow this one.
And it's also for beginners. It's very important to understand that, for example, BGP implemented in Cisco router might be 80,000
A lot of people ask the same question, but
lines of
no
code.
response.
Yeah, this is 100 lines.
Exactly. Because it's not the full BGP when it comes to the
Yeah,
IP.
Sure.
But it's so much less work that needs to be done compared to the old one.
Yes,
And that's very important for someone to know. Somehow.
But we still need. So this is installation. The installation. This is good for when you learn how to install here. But we still need a general application introduction because the video shows you how to do it. But so the first part of the video is actually a general introduction to the applications. But I think there is no wiki page about it.
And also, as I told you yesterday, maybe we have it already in comments, is the thing that we have so many applications and we need to learn to know somehow what do they do.
Yes.
So
application directory on the wiki to learn what is there and what. This is something that we need to do.
And also when you are in the web UI
put the
and you
the
go to an application, there should have been a link there.
It is. There is,
but not in every application.
Not in every application. I'll show you. So I still have ONOS running. Yes.
Okay. Look how to do that. But I think we need
So if you go here, applications, and you do like, I don't know. There is, yeah, here is the link, but it brings you to the ONOS project.
Exactly.
But let's say research.
An open flow provider is pretty self-explanatory as a name, but there are other names that do not make so much clear.
So if you go like in this one, why doesn't show up the link? I put it there. I'm sure I put it there.
Okay, local host.
Yeah. Because it didn't change in back. It was not ported to back. Okay.
This is your app?
One that I created. I knew there was a link there, but they didn't port it to back. Make sure link port to that's whatever. This is some feedback.
That's why they ask
I need to move it to the.
If there exists a link that goes to the wiki and explains the app, it's all everything that a user would need. Do you agree on?
Yeah.
Okay. So what else do we need? No, this is not here. What else do we need from when you learn about application? So a general application introduction that is missing, an application directory to say, these are the applications that we have right now, and this is what they do. This link to the application subsystem that tells you that it runs automatically and all of that.
When it comes to the creation of the applications, there are some stuff about how to use an IDE, like whatever IDE.
Yeah, but that is in building. Now here I'm just how to install.
So for the basics, I think they are pretty enough. For more advanced usage and development, I think, and maybe once could add to that, somebody must understand the dependencies. What's going on with the dependencies? And for example, we wanted to create atoms, and we had different options on how to do that, and different ways to do that. Usually, you want to do it in a way that you won't do changes to the core of ONOS, because that's something that you generally don't want to touch. And if you need to touch it, this change must be accepted by the technical steering team anyway, so maybe it won't be accepted. So maybe you work for something that is not going to be implemented. Do you agree?
I agree.
So you need to know what you can do, what you can do, and what it's okay, what it's not. Will you need, what dependencies do you need in order for your application to work?
So we just say,
but this is not basic, obviously. So I don't know if it should be included. I'm just asking for your feedback on that.
I don't know. I don't think it's not basic. I think.
Yes. Okay.
Give me a second. Okay. Then this I don't think. Let me see if it exists. The reactive forwarding example. I know there is part of it in the basics tutorial, but I don't know how much it is. Let's see.
What I was wondering, when you follow this, what's going on with the intent subsystem number 2?
2.0 Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's we can not worry about that for now. It's just along the line, but it's gonna be in the future, not now. So let's see. Let's see what we can reuse from this guy. Well, this just installs the reactive forwarding application. Is it fine enough?
For the beginner, I think maybe yes. I don't know what I'm saying.
We explain what. Should we explain a little bit about what reactive forwarding is?
Yeah, 1 or 2 sentences would help. But I think if someone reads it, understands without even explaining what it was. Yeah.
Or you having any section about reactive forwarding? Reactive forwarding. Yes.
Yes, when we want to explain open flow, we want to explain that.
Or you explain reactive forwarding?
Yes.
Okay, so if we put an example with ONOS, where we give by assumption that the person knows about reactive forwarding, can we do that?
Yes.
Okay.
We need to do that in the SDN.
So we just put that link over there with this. Is that fine?
It's fine.
Perfect. And then deactivate, activate, and then starts. Perfect. Whatever. Okay. Okay, learning. Okay. So basically the idea there, I think, is show that you push an intent.
Is the assignment video, guys?
Yes, you bring down a link and the intent gets redirected.
And also, in the video, he explains something very important for the student.
I will tell you.
If you remember on from the video,
But I did it through the GUI.
Simon installs an intent, shows that the traffic goes this way, then shuts down and links the node through the path.
No, don't
the intent gets installed there elsewhere and takes a non-terminal route. And when the node comes up, the intent stays in the previous state. It doesn't change back.
Yes.
And he explains that that's on purpose because we don't want,
flapping
interfaces and such activity that is, disruptive to the network to be doing back and forth all the time. And that's intentionally we did that. And that's very important for someone to understand that the network must be stable.
Should we move this to a page? Because watching the video is good, but I think that also following a wiki page in this case could be good. So I would say,
if you agree that's important, for me I found it really interesting. And when I was doing the tutorial that I did for the university students, this is one of the parts that I stressed when I was talking, because why doesn't it come back?
Yeah.
but before that, we should tell them how to push intents. Like install intents, because
we have said that already.
Yes, but here we have just the REST API. So I was thinking, since we do not introduce intents here, we need a place somewhere here where to introduce intents.
The general idea.
Yes. And we need to find if there is something about intents over there.
There is also the introduction, but there is not actual wording. There is more practical stuff is going on during the basic tutorial.
Okay.
And there are many documents about intents, but I'm not sure that there is any full document that explains most of the main points.
Is
it raining?
No, this weather is very strange.
I didn't expect
so fuck the day I take.
But it could be for just 1 hour and we'll see the sun again. It's Paris.
Sorry, there was a rental about the time here, the weather here in Paris. So this is everything fine. Show intent on topology view. What's this?
Wow. I waste my time with that.
No, this is all things from Simon. Because Yesterday. Okay, but where is that? Oh, that's domain intent. That's another thing. Oh. Sorry, guys. We are back, and so we were searching information about intents. There's the intent framework page. Maybe this one is good enough. This is old. This teaches about what intents are, maybe. So, yeah. And this is the architecture and internal guides. So we already put it in the document, but for better. But there is no guide. That is what we are saying, basically.
And what there is a practical way of introducing someone to intents through the basics tutorial.
Oh, is there?
Also in the basics tutorial, yes, they do some stuff about with intents. Also.
They don't really push.
I'm trying to mount mine, but I want
add host intent. Yes.
Yes.
I just test it now because I said it was new test.
Yeah. So should we?
This is for the practical way. Yeah, it's good basic stuff.
Okay. Perfect.
I don't if you remember anything else on
Like
this.
Roua said, we should have a point to start.
What is an intent?
Yeah, because there is many information, but
why do you have that?
Yeah.
And why it exists? What kind of abstraction it is, and what its purpose is?
What's the difference between point to point and host to host?
Firstly, what is an intent?
Yes,
That's
from what?
And what do you mean with a policy? Give me a concrete example. Say simply, for example, connect that host to that host.
Thomas has a good example when one of his videos when he says, an intent is like a driver who knows that he must go to one destination to pick one person and then go to the other destination to pick another person, and that he can manage his way on doing that in order to reach the final destination because he has the abstract view of the, what's the purpose or what are we doing. He says it somehow like this, which makes sense to anyone, what it is.
Yeah, I also sometimes use the postal service example. You specify the end address, and you don't care what hops you do in the middle. Exactly. But I agree that we should have a page explaining what an intent is, what type of intents we support in ONOS.
Yes, because we have only the API, we don't have any examples.
To do page on intents. What is an intent?
What is its purpose?
What is the purpose? Purpose. Also type of intents. And what else should we explain? That's it.
I asked her I gave her the instruction.
Okay, for the overview, this is good enough. Okay. And then, so we said we try host-to-host intent, and then we try random intents, and then we try to purge intents. Okay? Then layer 2 learning, it is the same. It is the same.
I don't know if you should add point to multi-point or something more advanced here.
No, I think host-to-host, it's fine for now. Then we let them find the video.
When it comes to host-to-host, it's interesting for people to know that they can do it also through the web UI. And,
yes, that's what Simon is doing.
Exactly.
Okay, so move this to a wiki page, maybe. Maybe we'll see. Because basically, what we are doing is the same here, but through the web UI. It shows it automatically. Okay. So I think that DHCP with ONOS we can move to later.
Step by step.
Yeah.
And then we say we build the one-thing application, and this is Thomas's video and me, and the template application tutorial.
Great.
Oh, we should put another resource here that is
with test with Taurus.
With what?
With a test with Taurus. Okay. And then you have all the cluster. The photo that I sent them.
Here. This is the code for the one-thing application.
When she started, I remember Mark, when she started, the thing was the root. It will not inherit the plugin of Maven.
You have to do
that in the.
You have to do ONOS minus back minus publish minus local.
It's explained if you want, but in the internal structure tutorial, it is not related to the application tutorial.
But difficult.
Yes.
It's difficult. It's not an easy task.
Yes,
to
yes.
put everything in the right
yes,
place.
Yes, because you will consider that, okay, that's explained somewhere.
Because it's complicated matter and it takes, it takes into account many different things. So.
And you are usually focusing, as you said, on your policy, on your objective, like Intel. You don't care about the rest.
Okay. And with this we finish with the single instance.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we're fine there. we should do a review sometime, but for a starter, so I think we're fine.
Okay. Then, distributed. Do we want to do the distributed in the basics, in this 1.5 or not?
My opinion, I'm not very strong on that, but since ONOS one of the main advantages is the distribution, it could be it must be in the basics.
Okay, yeah, I agree. So, my thoughts.
You remember the work with Stefano about OpenDelight and ONOS, the bundles, etc.
Yeah.
The main issue that the work is single.
Yes.
I think if it was clear for the students
that there
how
is
to use the distributed, we will have the nice results that we expected.
Okay. So we should have a guide how to make all distributed. So I think that there is the distributed tutorial.
It is,
but it's not working at all.
They say that it's in under something.
Lucas sent me one time a link on some Vagrant scripts that will generate even examples. Prepare the environment and generate examples. I'll try to find that too. Otherwise, for the tutorial machine, just to prepare the cluster with LXC, yes, she did with ONOS. Yes,
we can do it with ONOS.
And this page is well explained, right?
Oh yes, yeah, because Bob made it.
It works, but it needs a little tweaking. I mean, I have my own notes in order to make it work.
Yes, sure. You have to install your own. You have to get the source from the master, for instance.
You have to combine ONOS from scratch and this tutorial.
Exactly. Yes, I agree.
And do a little bit of tweaking.
Exactly what I said to ONS. I gave her the first thing. I said you install ONOS, and later you follow this to make the cluster. And I think if she tries it alone, it will be tricky.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
You see, sometimes the work is simple but need this discussion.
Correlation.
Yes, what to put, how to reorganize. This was the main idea.
That's why people who have more experience can understand the broader view and find their way. But the students of the
yes, that's why you need really beginners in the brigade to make it clear.
Need my power, otherwise this dies.
It's this, Andrea.
No.
This one. Do you enjoy working with ONOS? Do you like it? You know what I find interesting is that although it's supposed to be easy, it's not. So it's a challenge, and the challenges make people interested.
Yes.
And then when you make it work, you feel like I did achieve something. If it was very
it is that
like yesterday with
even
Roua.
For us, I've told you, we
Roua
spend a week.
Has that, but
we could spend a week understanding how to make it run in the beginning. It was like 8 months ago, and the tutorials and the stuff were not so good, I guess. But yeah, it's not that
Be honest, just for run segment routing, as you say, with an entrant. I forgot this today. We have with China strong collaboration with BIT, Beacon Institute of Technology.
Yeah.
So I receive every year. We receive 7 entrants. So I have every year one. The guy who worked this year, he just finished on last Monday. The defense. And we have very nice scripts that we will use later. I just need to reorganize his work. Because he was so bad in documentation and in English in usual. And we have strong communication problem with him. But he was a good scripter. Really good with automate a lot of generation of traffic using Python. So intents and yes. To do some evaluation of the benefits of ECNP with segment routing.
Equal cost.
Yes. And for that reason, we took several topologies
Yes.
and we try to build our random path. We take the topology from ONOS, and we build using a subprogram our a random path. We select a random path, which is not maybe the short path, without regarding the bandwidth method or anything, and we build that by point-to-point intent from switch to another switch, point to point. And at the end, we had a problem with ARP.
A proxy ARP?
Proxy ARP didn't work.
No.
So what we did, we used the treatment of intent to change the MAC address at the last moment.
Yes, because the problem is that the proxy ARP and segment routing, they do installation of some flow rules that conflicts, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't find it didn't work. I expect that it will work because finally this is the objective of proxy ARP. But we don't have same VLAN. Maybe this is as well another problem with proxy ARP.
Maybe
because proxy ARP considers that the whole network is one network, one subnet.
One subnet.
I think.
I think so.
But for us, we consider that we have several tracks, and every track is a different VLAN, and we want to make the communication. So it was tricky at the beginning to make it work, even the segment routing, because I will when you arrive to some part like that, I will give you. It's written in somewhere in the wiki that the JSON file configuration was changed, but all the tutorial or all the information are using old JSON file. So if you take that and you want to run it with 1.9 or 1.10, it will never work. And you need to, there is a project with outside of the wiki, it is the core project. They did a box in the fabric, and they use ECMP with segment routing. I took the right JSON file from there to adapt that to the wiki to make it run.
Can you also, since you found that, can you do the change in the wiki?
Yes, we need to change. But we just finished that just before the preparation of our tutorial.
So, I mean, stuff that we find, and maybe firstly we discuss with people.
I can share with I can share with the Brigade the file, because it could be interesting for the QA. I want to elaborate this work more and maybe make some applications.
So you were saying about the cluster.
Yes. During the break, I can show you that file. I have the report.
Okay, so ONOS.py is one way to do it on a cluster. Or should we also show with like 3 VMs?
3 VMs, I think also. Okay. Because that's something that, it's actually distributed then. Maybe in one PC, but, the virtual world mimics the actual...
Yes. Okay, I think that is not existing right now.
I haven't seen it. Although there is some stuff that is discussed, if you remember, in the not in the tutorial, in the guides. If you remember, in the end of the single instance, there is a mentioning how do you do multiple instances, but that I haven't reached that point because the single instance service does not work.
Yes.
As a service. Do you remember?
The one we were discussing yesterday. I see. Okay, maybe I put it as a bullet.
In the guides, there is a single instance setup guide where you follow and you reach a point where everything works, and then you need to make ONOS as a service run in Linux. This point does not work, and then after that point, we have a few commands that you can use in order to make a cluster, but you cannot test it because the previous points do not work.
Take it from, or in the fridge maybe. No, in the fridge there is some.
Yes. I put this morning. I put this morning the small, and
I will go.
Have a small. Should we have a break, guys?
We can do, yes.
I think, yeah.
So, guys,
we can maybe ask
we're about to...
You want pizza yesterday, it's fine, or we can ask for other thing.
So, give me a second. I'm going to stop the recording. So, guys, we're going to stop the recording now for just a little bit in order for us to have a break for lunch and a little bit of
fresh air.
Fresh air, exactly. And then we will resume later in the afternoon. See you later. Bye-bye.